Being compared to Jim Thorpe is one of the highest accolades an athlete can receive. That privilege belongs to JuVaughn Harrison, for good cause. The Louisiana State University standout is known as Mr. Jumps. The 22-year-old is the first American to win both the high jump and long jump in the Olympic trials since Thorpe in 1912. Here are some more details about the legendary Olympic achievement from JuVaughn Harrison. Now let's get into it. JuVaughn Harrison of LSU accomplished one of the most astounding athletic feats in recent history this past weekend. On the final day of the United States Olympic trials on Sunday, June 22, 2021, Harrison, also known as Mr. Jumps, won first place in the men's high jump with an incredible clearance of 7 feet 7 and 3/4 inches. Then, just hours after winning his first national title, he managed to win the long jump again, this time with a lifetime best lead of 27 feet 9.5 inches. This double Olympic qualifying is certainly one of track and field's most difficult feats. No American athlete has ever qualified for both the long jump and the high jump at the same time. Olympics in over a century, even though the legendary Tim Thorpe accomplished this feat over a century ago. Things were a little different back in 1912 when diversity wasn't really a thing in the early 20th century. Indeed, throughout the last century, times have changed dramatically. Athletes have improved, technology has advanced, and training has become much more tailored to individual athletes. However, more than anything else, most athletes around the world today specialize in one specialized event, making it extremely difficult to achieve success in more than one athletic discipline. But don't tell that to JuVaughn Harrison, who possesses one of the world's most remarkable athletic skill sets. So what are the chances that a single athlete can achieve such incredible results in such disparate events? Well, we look at prior athletes throughout history, we can get a very decent notion of how unusual this is. To start, consider the year's Olympic trials, where both Woody Kincaid and Grant Fisher qualified in the 5,000 and 10,000 meters respectively. This is a great double, but in order to be successful in the 5K and 10K, very similar skill sets are required. When we look beyond distance running, we find a really remarkable athlete in Carl Lewis, who not only won multiple gold medals in the 102 meters, but also possibly the greatest long jumper of all time. This is yet another astounding combination of physical capability, and he was subsequently gone down in history as one of the best track and field athletes of all time. But the skills required for both sprinting and handling the jump are still pretty comparable. This gets us to JuVaughn Harrison, who has miraculously dominated both of these events this season, and is currently rated second in the world in 2 events that have virtually little in common. On the surface, it appears that both the high jump and the long jump require world-class jumping abilities. However, let's take it a step further and say that the long jump, world-class sprinting speed, good foot placement, and precise landing technique are all essential. The high jump, on the other hand, does not necessitate world-class athletic ability. All that is required are world-class hops executed with extreme body control. When an athlete hits the peak of their flight, they use a technique known as the Fosbury flop, in which they add a little extra distance over the bar at the top of their jump. In addition, unlike the long jump, which is solely based on forward velocity, the high jump incorporates a highly dynamic backward leap that closely resembles the flight pattern of a backflip. It takes years and years to learn the right technique in both fields, which is why we rarely see an athlete competing at such high levels in these 2 events. But, nevertheless, this 22-year-old from LSU has established himself as a serious medal contender in the Summer Olympics, and considering his previous few years of astounding accomplishments, he appears to be on his way to making history. Going back to March 30th, 2019, on a warm afternoon in Austin, Texas, when JuVaughn Harrison, then 19 years old, cleared a height of 2.22 meters, or just 7 feet 3.25 inches. This leap was a terrific start to his 2019 season, but he only finished second on this day, falling short of Jerome Robinson and declaring height of 2.22 meters. So why is the event so crucial for this athlete? It's because since this competition 2 years ago, Harrison has gone undefeated in every high jump tournament he's entered. Throughout his 2-year winning streak, he has stayed unbeatable, winning many SEC championships, NCAA tournaments, and now his first Olympic trials, showing to the entire world that he's the athlete to beat in the Tokyo Games. His domination in the high jump is undeniable, and he stands a good chance of winning a medal this summer. His long jump powers, on the other hand, are amazing. Harrison has leapt over 8.4 meters in 3 different contests this season, once in March and April, and once again in Olympic trials this summer. JuVaughn has 32 collegiate appearances in an LSU uniform as of April 13, 2019. He won 25 of the tournaments and never finished worse than 4th place in any of the others. He is presently one of the 10 semifinalists for the Bowerman Award. Given his accomplishments this year, he's a clear favorite to win Collegiate Track and Field's top prize. For the first time this season, Harrison shattered the indoor NCAA record with a leap of 8.45 meters, easily earning the indoor NCAA title and placing him 8th all-time indoors. This was a huge leap, but it was merely the beginning of an incredible season. He finished his undergraduate career by leading LSU to its first men's outdoor team national victory since 2002 by scoring 20 points at the 2021 NCAA championships. He not only swept the outdoor long jump and high jump NCAA titles a few weeks ago, but he also did it at the 2021 indoor NCAA meet and the 2019 outdoor NCAA meet, giving him a perfect 6-0 record in his final 6 NCAA events. When this became his first man in history to sweep NCAA titles in the long jump and high jump in 2019 NCAA outdoor meet. You might say he made a name for himself, but there was still opportunity for development. 2021, he duplicated the feat, which no one else had done in NCAA history, at both the indoor and outdoor NCAA meets. It's been fascinating to witness his remarkable ascension to becoming the most prolific high jump and long jump combo jumper in history. His name will go down in LSU history for a variety of reasons, but none more than his 6 consecutive NCAA championships in 2 events that don't frequently coincide. Just a few weeks later, for his outdoor season opener, Harrison flew to an apparent easy leap of 8.44 meters, comfortably winning his competition and instilling a dread in anyone who stepped onto the runway against him. Finally, but arguably most impressively, on June 27th, Harrison won the Olympic trials, setting a new lifetime best of 8.47 meters and beating the next opponent by over 10 centimeters. Any jump over 8.4 meters in 2021 would already position Harrison among the top 2 athletes in the world this year, and yet he has accomplished this accomplishment numerous times during crucial competition. Harrison's high jump, in addition to his worldwide acclaim, is undoubtedly appealing, as he jumped 2.36 meters on May 14th, barely 1 centimeter short of this year's world lead. The fact that Harrison has qualified for the Olympics in 2 events is one of the most unusual occurrences in all of track and field. But the fact that he's ranked so high and has been so consistent is truly a 1 in a billion achievement. Harrison appears to have a strong chance of winning 2 different Olympic medals in these 2 events. And if he does, he will become the only athlete in history to accomplish this feat. What do you think about this legendary Olympic achievement from JuVaughn Harrison? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and hey, we'll see you again in the next video.